Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Thank you so much for being here. What happened to my background? Well, well, well. Let's see. Oh boy, I hope yeah, this is right. Um there was a no, that wasn't last night. Okay, so what happened? All right, that's okay. I'm just gonna put something back up there. There you go. I don't know why that went away. Um, yeah, that one. I'll leave that one up. Okay, that is better. Okay. Now, let's see who here's. Okay, Sherry Ware. Thank you so much for being here first. And of course, officially, I have to say it. I don't think we'll be here more than an hour. And no, but seriously, I did not mean to stay on 3 hours last night, so I am not going to stay on that long. Oh boy, nope, I did not mean to do that. Okay, okay. What is wrong with me tonight? I know how to fix it though. All right. Uh there may be an echo. Okay. I know what I did and I know how to fix it. Try that one more time. Yes, there we go. That is better. And by the way, I don't think we'll be here more than an hour. Oh, was it fancy fancy? Oh, I didn't realize. Thank you so much for that. Oh, okay, thank you. Yeah, it's always fancy fancy. But you know what? I don't think I went back far enough, so that's probably why. Okay, thank you. Hi, Beverly McCaskill, Novi D, Ingrid Soares. And by the way, I don't think we'll be here more than an hour. I guess if I get started, I can make sure that happens. But where are the clowns? There ought to be clowns. Well, maybe she's here. Yes, send in the clowns. Yet another one. Another one. But I'll get to that in a moment. So take a look here. Dame Prue Leith. Is that her name? Dame Prue Leith? Is Prue short for prunes? Is that what that's short for? Dame Prune Leaf? Leith? Lithe? Dame Prune. I'm not Prune, Prue. Um, is that short for prudence or prunes? Old prune. I think it's short for old, wrinkled, old, toxic prune. I think that's what Prue is short for. Anyway, apparently she is not a fan of Meghan Markle or her new Netflix cooking show. Well, I have underlined one of the words for your convenience. Although I don't think I needed to do that because you probably see what's going on, don't you? You can see already why she's not a fan. She's not a fan because she has a trinket. She has a little collectible item, something that is presented by a blood royal for services to the community or being an asset or a national treasure, or in this case, just being. Yeah, so she has one of those trinkets. And if there's one thing that I learned from my dear sister, um, Petal, Petal said that when they give you those honors, they expect something in return. And in this situation right here, you can see exactly what they got in return: loyalty. Those will buy loyalty. That means that you are not likely to ever criticize the royal family, and the enemies of the royal family becomes your enemies. Those who are on the receiving end of the raft of the royal family, well, you're obliged to condemn anyone the royal family has fallen out of favor with, or vice versa. So Prue, short for prune, she is doing exactly what she was honored for. It buys loyalty. What's that Dutch Nut says? Now, come on, Baron. She hasn't been pruned for years. Who's gonna prune that Prue? Hello, everyone in Baron. Thank you, Dutch Nut. Point well taken. Has not been pruned for years. Yep. You're absolutely right about that. I stand corrected. Um, oh, by the way, yesterday I neglected to mention I received okay, yes. I won't say the name, but the initials P sent me a PayPal. And also oh, they said they tried to send a super sticker and was unable to, and that they have been a member for 34 months. So thank you so much for that. And as always, thank you for watching Royal Sussex. But yeah, I wanted to make sure I remember that because I guess I missed it yesterday. I maybe I probably had to ring her off on my phone. And so anyway, thank you so much for that. Greatly appreciate it. So yeah, she is aligning herself with the royal family. So there you go. I have concrete evidence as to why she has not even seen the show, doesn't want to see it, and she claims that she's not a fan of Meghan. I could believe that. I could believe that. I'm pretty sure that she was a Brexit person. I'm just going to guess she was, given her really nasty attitude. But yeah, there she is with Camilla on the left side. And look at there. Back in the days when Camilla was still trying to be queen, there she is once again with Camilla. That was about 3 chins ago. Yeah, that was about 3 chins ago where she took that photo with Camilla. Um, yeah, and then also to complete things, I wanted to make sure I demonstrated her loyalty by showing you her with that big grin of hers holding up her OBE, CBE, whatever it is. Lex says, wait, so someone in the UK is not a fan of Meghan's cooking show? Color me shocked. It is weird how these people keep trying to set the narrative in the UK. We have seen many UK people enjoying the show. Yeah, but this is a real chef of some stripe. Yeah, she's supposed to be some kind of a chef. And I think she did the bake off or the cook off or something. Um, oh, let's see here. Has she seen a mirror in those clothes? Seizures, yeah. You could have a what do you call it? It can cause one to have a seizure looking at those clothes so close. It's like uh, what is her name? Dame Prue and the Technicolor. Um, well, I won't say Technicolor. Wait a minute, what was that play? The Joseph and the Technicolor Ray, was it coat or whatever? Anyway, well, she has her Technicolor too. You can use that outfit to adjust the color on your television. Hey, remember when we were younger and they used to have those bars that they would show to help you adjust the color on your set? Now, in this age we live in, you don't ever have to make any adjustments. It's all done automatically. Pretty accurate, too. Now, there is a shadier side of this um, dame, this old dame. I want you to take a look at that article there. I am so disturbed by that. As a matter of fact, it's cringeworthy. Could it be true that this Meghan, um, not a fan person here, Prue Leith addresses backlash after kitten confession? I became public enemy number one after she washed some kittens. Yes, she had an incident with some kittens. Why don't that surprise me? Why am I not surprised by that? And by the way, just to show you exactly what I think of Prudence, if you notice that background, that is something being attacked by white blood cells. That is a microscopic image of a virus being attacked by microscopic matter of some sort. I figured, I don't know, I saw it and it reminded me of her. So I decided to use a little slide from the medical community because I think it's a great reflection of her personality or lack thereof. Thank you so much for the super chat, Lex. So yeah, apparently Dame Prue has responded to the backlash after she admitted she unalived a litter of kittens as a child. Gee, you know, they always say that there's always some indication of what a person's future is based on the way they treated animals as children. Recalling the horrific memory in her memoir, I'll Try Anything Once, the Great British Bake Off judge revealed the incident left her traumatized after her mother, Margaret English, instructed her to, oh my goodness, I can't even say that. Anyway, she said that her mother told her to do it. My mother and I, then 11, my mother and I, then 11, had just, wait a minute, who was 11? Who was 11? You know, that's what I'm trying, well, anyway, wow, what kind of family did she come from? And for weeks, I imagined those poor creatures. Oh, anyway, that's enough of that. Oh, that's making me sick. That is making me sick. Um, well, anyway, this is the individual who is not a fan. Okay. She's not a fan and she refuses to watch the show. What a, what, oh, anyway, take a look at the picture on the right side. Now, at first, I'm like, wow, she was on the nanny. I thought she was on the nanny. No, she wasn't on the nanny. That is Yetta. Remember Grandma Yetta? She looks just like Grandma Yatta. No, she likes a different kind of sandwich, I suspect. I think her taste in sandwiches runs a different direction, and yet so much similar to that as well. So, but yeah, you know, okay, guys, let's be adult about this. I'm gonna be adult. I'm gonna say how these things happen. Although, when it does happen, you have um, three directions you can go. You can say something rude that will give them the clickbait that they're looking for. You can say something nice and we'll never hear about it. Or you can just say nothing. So when they asked her about Meghan's cooking show or lifestyle show, she says, not a fan, not a fan, and that she wasn't going to watch it either. So she made her choice. She came down on the side that she felt comfortable, especially when she's hanging around the likes of the royal family and such. So anyway, um, that is Prue Leith. Yeah, that is Prue Leith. This buck-toothed, no, snagger-tooth. This snagger-tooth judge, the notorious snagger-tooth one, apparently does not like the Duchess of Sussex, and what's that living embodiment of the word garish? Oh, thank you, Legs, for the super chat. And anyway, I wasn't sure if that was the right word. Let me see. An irregular or projecting tooth. Check. It does kind of stick out like a weapon, doesn't it? She has weaponized her upper plate. Or a small deep sea fish with large fangs at the front of the jaws and a number of light organic on the body. Number of light or I'm sorry, organs. Ugh. Anyway, I think she's the first one. Irregular or projecting to uh let me see, Baron. Let's be adults when these clowns mm-hmm. Exactly. Well, anyway, I could well, I'm just saying I understand that you can get caught off guard. You know, the British tabloid media, they're very good at catching you out. You know, when you least expect it, they'll ask you some question and they'll get you on the record saying something. So that could happen to any of us. But I know why it happened to her, though. It was what she was feeling in the first place. But rather than being an adult, for lack of a better word, rather than be the adult in the room, she decided to go there. She decided to use those jagged teeth and tongue to put a statement out there saying that she's not a fan. Well, I tell you what, Prue, I ain't a fan of yours either, and I'll never watch you. I'm tired of these people. Anyway, one of the people on the what do you call it? On the you know, the social media, you probably remember those glasses from a while ago. Like every time there was a win for one of the I guess figures in the meme or whatever, they would sport those glasses and they would what was the music? It was one of those rap songs. Da 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 da. I think that's the song. uh anyway. Oh, when you look at Prue, you just start thinking of that song Under the Sea." I had had enough of that with this buck-toothed fool with her and her Megan Skillet spaghetti. You know, you guys, this guy right here, he made the spaghetti, right? And I'm watching him make the one dish spaghetti or one pan spaghetti. And when he lifted up the box grater, notice that he's using the larger side of the grater. Isn't that what that lady was saying that Megan did that was so wrong? That had all the chefs like herself so upset. Now he used it, and this whole thing about, oh, if you use the larger size, then you get those big chunks of Parmesan that won't melt. Well, maybe she's buying cheap Parmesan. I'm sure everybody else's will melt, and even if it doesn't melt through and through, you're still getting the taste. Doesn't it depend on how hard you push down on the grater? But yeah, that was kind of a crappy thing to say. She's like, "Oh," and I was just like, "Oh." When I saw her grating the Parmesan, she used the large sides of it, "Ugh," and she's like making these faces and everything. Look at her. Look at her. She's all like what do you call it, quivering because Megan used the larger size. Oh, and you're not supposed to do that. No, you're not supposed to do that. Megan and obviously this guy, he was quite comfortable doing that. I mean, they just make up stuff. They just make up things. It's not enough that they have these ill feelings, but at every possible junction, they decide to uh, make sure that they take the route that has the most bitterness, the most disdain. And I wish that like SNL would do a skit about some of those podcasts and such. I wish they would do something like that where they show exactly how ridiculous. I mean, every time those so-called royal experts get together, it's just a hate fest. That's all it's about is hate and contempt. When they talk about the other royals, you better believe that that's when people start changing the feed on their or not the feed, but changing the video on their YouTube or wherever they're watching it on their channels. They change it to something else. It's like that part of the movie you can enjoy a nice Elvis movie, but when he starts singing those little ballads, I like when he sings like the fast songs, but in those Elvis Presley movies, when he starts singing those ballads to, I'm just like, let me see what else is on, or maybe this is time to go to the bathroom or something like that. And then you come back and you get back to the fun and the action. That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, anyway, this guy, he made the dish and he gives a big thumb up. He is pretty cool too. I like him. He was, it's like, now I'm going to try this famous pasta recipe from With Love, Megan. So every day, there's always someone new that's trying it. Now, I do have to play some sound for this one. I like her, and she speaks about media literacy. Uh-oh. Did I save that? Oh boy. Maybe I did not. Oh well, I know where to find it. Uh, okay. Again, no worries. I know where to find it. Okay, here we go.
Meghan. It's really whatever your feelings are about Meghan, it's really important to be aware of how easily someone can just take a clip out of context, slap it on social media, put a caption on it that like pushes a certain narrative and can make people think that you're doing something that you're not doing. The one that I saw most often was Meghan was making these like kind of customized ice cubes. She was putting like dried edible flowers in an ice cube tray and then filling them with water. So you had these kind of like ice cubes with like floating flowers in them. Again, it's like a Pinterest idea. It's not completely original, but it's cute. There's a clip going around of Meghan filling ice cube trays and saying like never use tap water. And then people are freaking out saying that, oh, how dare she tell people not to use tap water in their ice cubes when people are having trouble buying groceries and she's so out of touch and this and that. She didn't tell people to not put tap water in ice cubes. She's telling them, if you watch the full clip, to not use tap water in these particular types of ice cubes because the water will be too cloudy and you won't see the flowers. And she also states that you could boil tap water and then put them in the ice cube trays because that will help make the water less cloudy. And so she was giving you an option to use tap water if you really wanted to. But the fact that it was so easy for somebody to just take a clip of her like filling ice cube trays and her saying like never use tap water, and everybody's making it sound like she's telling everybody to never use tap water in ice cube trays when that's not what she was saying at all. Whatever your feelings about her aside, it's a really important lesson in everybody understanding how easily things can be manipulated when they're taken out of context. And it can happen to anybody at any time. So I think that that's really important because I see a lot of people out there that, you know, will say things like, oh, well, if you're dumb enough to fall for this or you're dumb enough to fall for that, it is so easy to manipulate a narrative. I just think it's a really important lesson in media literacy.
All right. So, and that is one of those things that I know I heard Meghan say that, and I knew exactly what she meant when she said it because, you know, I'd used I think the still water is probably the best. If you use just regular drinking water, um, it, well, I don't know. You know what? But yeah, well, anyway, I do think some of the drinking water products does have some mineral content in it, but I think the best for making ice is distilled water. So, um, because yeah, I don't think all bottled water is you know the same, but the distilled water, well, I think that is the one that you can be certain doesn't have other minerals mixed in it. Not that the minerals are bad, but yeah, it is probably better to use the distilled water. But still, if you use bottled water, is usually better than the tap waters for making ice. And to make the clear ice, I think that like what is it the commercial ice makers or yeah, where it makes those little cubes. I believe those actually chill from the inside out. So instead of the chilled air going across the top of the water, making the ice, is actually the little shapes that are made from the mold. The mold itself is freezing, and it makes the ice in a way that it pushes the air out of it, which is why when you buy ice from a commercial situation, it is usually, if you bought a block of ice, it's usually clear. So I think that's how that works. But yeah, it just made sense. I mean, if you're going to go through the trouble, you want to make sure that you can clearly see the flowers. And they just turned it into something um very self-aware and self-centered, and that was not the point. Especially when Megan gives you the alternative, just boil some tap water. And I believe boiling it will cause the minerals in the water to settle in the bottom of the pan. But over time, depending on where you live, you're going to get a lot of minerals in the water, iron and lime and that kind of stuff. I remember when we changed one of our water heaters when I was a kid, they changed the water heater. All that sediment had built up inside, and the water heater became incredibly inefficient. And eventually, it just stopped working because of the years of water cycling through. So that's all. And I guess someone must have took that clip and decided to make it seem like Meghan was being full of herself. Not a surprise. Yeah, what a twisted thing to do. Um, well, Weight Watchers is getting on board. That's right, a 2-point take on Meghan's lemon honey cake. Well, they're making them much smaller. And if you're doing the point system, you can actually, what do you call it? Deduct 2 points. So the Weight Watchers point system is a way for you to keep track of the type of food that you're eating and inevitably controlling your caloric intake. So those cupcakes that you see there on the screen, based on Megan's cake recipe, are 2 points each. 2 points each. So not 2 calories, 2 points. And there is the pinch bowls that I am crazy about. I went ahead and I registered on the website for Le Creuset, but I haven't ordered anything yet. That is going to be Friday. Friday is when I'll make my order. So that way I can join in the excitement. Katie Matee addresses the Meghan drama. Well, she was on again today. She hadn't been on for, maybe a week or so. And she talked about that. And she reiterated that she has no control over those titles. You cannot go after someone for using those titles. And then she even went as far as to name some titles that she used that she saw someone else use. So she was alarmed by the attention that she received, and it made her very uncomfortable. She did not want her name attached to any of the drama that's going on. And I believe the very first person on social media that reached out to her, she went on this person's, I believe it was TikTok channel, and there was all this dramatic music and the slow motion thing with, how they do the slow motion effect to make someone look more sinister. It was just some really awful things that person had said about Meghan. And she said it really upset her because you have to understand, she's not a part of it. She does not know anything to do directly with Meghan as we do. She's been watching Suits, so she certainly knows of Meghan, but she doesn't know anything about the royal family in a more direct sense. And she just found it very upsetting. Now, if you want to see the new video, it's been up for a few hours already. But yeah, she seems very sweet, and she just really wants to be left out of it. She really doubts that Meghan found her channel because she only has a little over 2,000 subscribers. She only just crossed over the 2,000 mark. So she doesn't even have that many subscribers. She has a presence, I believe, on TikTok and whatever other social media. But again, she's not a part of this stuff. And she has been pulled upon by whatever media or whatever social media creators or whatever to try to solicit some type of response. And she's just not giving them what they want. And this is the other thing that let me see. There we go. The Daily Mail still has this article. They have not gotten rid of this article. Confessions of a Female Founder. They still have it there. Although they've buried it somewhat, but it's still there. They didn't take it down. I'm pretty sure they used all the coded language to make sure that they could never be found liable for anything. Also, I fixed this yesterday. Well, today. I had put with love, love Meghan. And I didn't realize that till I looked at it today. I'm like, wait a minute, that's an error. So I did fix it. Okay. What is happening with those two? Now, I think they were rooting for different teams. And that the team that Willie Leaks was pining for did not win. So here it says, lip reader reveals what Kate Middleton said in a nervous whisper at Six Nation rugby match. Saturday night saw the Prince and Princess of Wales cheer on different teams at the Wales versus England Six Nation match as patrons of the Welsh Rugby Union since 2016. William, who is a whopping 42 years old, was cheering on the Wales. Meanwhile, Catherine, also known as Kate Middleton, who had been patron of Rugby Football League since 2022, after taking over from Prince Harry, was cheering on England. They both were out doing some work, or better yet, they were both doing some good old-fashioned royal family PR. So, as you can see, they are just as excited there as they were on the day of the Commonwealth. I wonder if they were booed at all. I didn't see any video from that game, but I wonder if they got booed. Is that why they're looking so serious? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe somebody said something. French MEP, I guess that's a member of the parliament, demands the U.S. give us back the Statue of Liberty. France should take back the Statue of Liberty because the U.S. no longer represents the values that led France to offer the statue. A French Euro deputy said Sunday, "Give us back the Statue of Liberty." Center left politician Raphael Glucksmann said in a convention of his, what is it, Place Publique center left movement. We are going to say to Americans, we have chosen to side with tyrants to the, wait a minute, we are going to say to the Americans who have, oh, that's what I thought. Okay, chosen to side with tyrants, to Americans who fired researchers for demanding, what he's really speaking of is Trump, demanding scientific freedom. Give us back the Statue of Liberty, he told cheering supporters. We gave it to you as a gift, but apparently you despise it, so it will be just fine here at home, he added. The Statue of Liberty was unveiled in New York City Harbor in October 28, 1868, for the centennial of the American Declaration of Independence as a gift from the French people to America. It was designed by Frenchman Auguste Bartholdi. Paris does have a far smaller copy of the statue on a small island on the Seine, on the Seine in Paris. I'm so used to saying the River Seine, but yeah, that's it. So they want their statue back, and I don't blame them. I do not blame them, because the circumstances in which the statue was presented, we found out from an African American scholar who said that the statue was created because of the emancipation of slaves, the end of slavery, not for Eastern and Western Europeans entering Ellis Island. Yeah, they make it seem like it's there to welcome immigrants. But at the time that it was built, there was no mass immigration as it was back in, the, I guess around what years was it? Maybe the 1890s and on up to, I don't know what year they closed Ellis Island, but it was open for a while. It was open for a while. So I decided, oh, you know what? I'm sorry. You know what? I'm looking at another screen. I meant to go to this one, but I was looking at another screen. That's where I got the article from. Sorry about that. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Yulibi. So here's an image of the Statue of Liberty. And guess what? We are going to end with the Statue of Liberty today. I have got to cut these long videos down. And 3 hours was way too much yesterday. So I'm going to try to limit things to an hour. I'm going to try. I always say that. But anyway, I have a few interesting things to show you. Like there's this one. This was the Statue of Liberty during the global pandemic. As a matter of fact, this was quite a few of us during the global pandemic. Am I right? Am I right? I couldn't eat anything that didn't come out of a bag. If it wasn't presented in a bag, I couldn't eat it. If they didn't pass it through a window in a paper bag, I just had no appetite for it. So this probably reminds you of the pandemic. Yeah. Even the Statue of Liberty put on a few pounds. Lex says, didn't they also give it to the United States for the centennial celebration? I didn't realize there were other iterations of it. They didn't like the one with the chains on a foot, I believe. Yeah, we talked about that. How long ago was that? But yeah, we talked about that not long ago. The original statue actually had, she was supposed to be holding chains in her left hand, a broken chain, and they would not allow the statue to depict the end of slavery. So they put the chains at her feet where she's stepping over the broken chains. And in her left hand, instead, she's holding a tablet with Roman numerals hammered into it. So, yeah. And of course, there was the Kamala Harris Statue of Liberty during the election. These are fun. Stick around if you can. And, well, this one is kind of sad. This is the Weeping Lady Liberty. The first time I saw this was after 9/11. And then, of course, if you want the Statue of Liberty back, we might have to take your Eiffel Tower. Yeah, instead of holding up the torch, she's holding the Eiffel Tower. Now, I think that is a reference to the fact that, what was his name? Gustav Eiffel. The frame of the Statue of Liberty was created by the same guy that created the frame for the Eiffel Tower. Although there were other architects that designed the frame of the Eiffel Tower, it was Eiffel who got most of the credit for it. But I think there were like two other architects that actually came up with the design. Oh, thank you so much. Madison says from 1892, oh, I was right, the 1890s to 1954, nearly 12 million immigrants arrived at the port of New York and New Jersey, where were processed. There approximately 40% of Americans may be descendants from these immigrants. Okay, thank you very much for that. And of course, there has been so many advertisements that featured the Statue of Liberty, like this one here. Hello, this is Liberty here speaking. Billions of dollars are needed and needed now. I don't know what that was for, but let me see if I can see that super small print. Hello, Ivy here. Supplement to Engineering and Mining Journal, September 21st, 1918. Wow, that advertisement is from 1918. Looks like it too. Looks like the same lady from Columbia Pictures. And this one, well, this is a Statue of Liberty that I don't know what this one was for. I don't know. Maybe that's Air Force One. Oh, well. And then, of course, one of the most famous Statue of Liberties. This is the one that Tabitha Brown. This is the one that Tabitha Brown called upon the ancestors to deal with. Yeah. This is the Statue of Liberty that Tabitha Brown had prayed for that time. Remember that? Tabitha Brown prayed for the Statue of Liberty, and we all know what happened next. And this is a photo of the Statue of Liberty. I believe I took this from One World Trade Center. I think that's where I photographed it. I also know I've seen it while I was on a plane before, but I believe this was the One World Trade. And of course, this Statue of Liberty was inspired by Marilyn Monroe. Yes, Some Like It Hot. No, not Some Like It Hot. 7-Year Itch. Yeah. After 7 years of standing on that pedestal, I guess Statue of Liberty had a bit of a yeah. Anyway. Okay. And then of course, if global warming does not reduce soon, and yes, this Statue of Liberty is wearing another layer under that. Yeah, well, anyway, she's got on like a bikini. No, not a bikini. Yeah, I think she's wearing bikini. She's wearing a 2-piece bikini because it's hot, because of global warming. Yeah, because it's hot. So if we don't bring down the temperature of the earth, we're all going to be walking around like that. I know I am. And then, of course, the Statue of Liberty found herself in some pretty disturbing situations, like this one right here. Or how about this one? Is he gone? Is he gone? Yeah, some people have that effect where the Statue of Liberty is literally hiding, hoping that you have finally gone. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuge of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, the tempest tossed, to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. Now, that poem by Emma Lazarus is one of the reasons why people believe that the Statue of Liberty was for the poor, downtrodden immigrants from Europe. But it was actually meant to acknowledge the American Holocaust. So, and also you got to understand too that the nation of France is the United States' oldest ally. The United States may have a special relationship with the British, but the first nation to come to the aid of the United States when the British was trying to take back the Americas was France. So, yeah, if it wasn't for the Continental Army, and of course, a lot of brave people like Crispus Attucks, who was the first man to die in the American Revolution, just happened to be a black man. And of course, the what's his name? Something Amistad, the guy that that was a spy. He was under the command of Gilbert Lafayette, the French general who came to the United States to fight for liberty and freedom. Yeah, the goal of the United States to have this very unique democracy is something that a lot of people in the world were excited about and was wanted to be a part of it. And Lafayette was no exception. But he was disappointed, Lafayette, because after the American Revolution, Lafayette had wrote to George Washington and said, if the goals of the United States is to indeed be a free nation, it's very important that um, these slaves are released from bondage. And George Washington, who he looked to like a father, said, that's not going to happen. George Washington was like, nah, we're going to keep that free labor. And so Lafayette was heartbroken because he really, really admired George Washington. If you've never heard the story, it's very interesting, this Lafayette guy. He was one of the wealthiest of the nobility. And at a very young age, I think he was like 18 or 19, he purchased some ships and sailed to the United States. He wanted to fight for freedom. He heard about this whole Declaration of Independence and such, this incredible experiment that may be in jeopardy. And I love this photo. Here you can see this black and white photo of the Statue of Liberty emerging from the fog. Closing the golden door. That's what's been happening. That golden door that the Statue of Liberty was going to illuminate seems to be closing. That door does not take us to where we want to be anymore. And this is, you can see that rich green patina on the Statue of Liberty, which is actually made with a skin of carper. But that carper, which is as thin as a penny in some places, once it turned green, that means that it is able to survive the harsh weather. That patina is a way of the carper protecting itself from the elements. So whenever you see that green, it's actually there to protect the metal. Same thing happens with brass. And another weeping Statue of Liberty. And this one, this magazine was inspired by the occupant of the White House. It was a bit disturbing, so I had to, make an adjustment because it was too disturbing. What is that German magazine? The one that always, like when Trump first got in office. Oh gosh, I can't remember the name of it, but they always have those kind of covers to remind us what we're losing or what's in jeopardy. I think it starts with a D. Oh, can't think of it. And right here, help me, mail in ballot. You're my only hope. Now, if you don't get this reference, then you're not a Star Trek fan. If you are a Star Trek fan, you get this reference. This is like Princess Leia speaking to R2D2. You get it? Help me, R2D2, or help me. Anyway, did I say Star Trek? I meant Star Wars. Yeah, Star Wars. Oh, thank you, Legs. Interestingly, copper zero gets oxidized to copper two plus, which is a normally blue. However, in a chlorine rich environment, it looks green. Very cool. Did not know that. Ah, yes, thank you. Soul Brother says Statue of Liberty was world famous symbol of freedom given to the given in 1886 by France to the United States to celebrate in celebration of America's independence. Thank you very much. And of course, I love this one too. I love that one too. Yeah, that one is fun. Anything to disparage that monster. I'm there for. Should I say I'm here for it? Okay, I still got a few more. Now this one, I don't have to explain this. The Statue of Liberty was like, don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. You're going to draw back a nub. Don't even think about it. And of course, some statues can dish it out as well as it can take it. Yeah, some statues are capable of dishing it out too. So if I was you, I'd keep my hands to myself. You're messing with the wrong statue. Oh, I know what the name of that magazine is. Der Spiegel. Oh, yeah. Um, mm, well, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, after all, it's just a magazine cover. Um, Over on the left side, that was in 2016 or 2017 when that monster first went to office. And then, as you can see here on the right side, there is Joe Biden putting things back together again. Pretty clever, isn't it? One depicts that person tearing the country apart, challenging our rights to freedom, and the other depicts the old statesman putting things back together again. So these are two different magazine covers. One represents the past, and the one on the right represented the present. 2017, January 2017, and January 2021. So, let's see here. Wow, how about that? How about that? Thank you for sharing that with us. Very cool. Yeah, you know what? Just like flicking a booger, you just take your finger and you put as much tension into your index finger as possible, and then you just poop, and just like you're getting rid of a flea. like you're pushing away an ant. Another reference from pop culture. You're fired. This was also in 2021. You're fired. And this one, I don't understand this one at all, but there you have it. I will protect you. I will protect you now. I will protect you now. Get away from me. You cray cray. Get away from me. Connie Bomber. I will protect you now. I got the best protection. Okay, you guys, that was it. Thank you all so much for watching Royal Sussex. Back to the top. As I promised, I didn't think we'd be here more than an hour. So that was exactly 1 hour, 7 minutes, 13 seconds. Love you guys. Thank you so much to the moderators for keeping this the safe space that it is. And thank you to everyone who has a membership to Royal Sussex. And anyway, we'll look to seeing you guys again later today or tomorrow, whichever comes first. Okay? All the best.